wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm calling the dark side of the meditation practice. It might have a little bit of a negative connotation when I say the dark side, and I have to be honest when I say that. I read somewhere and I learned, and it's kind of common knowledge, that negative titles get a lot more attention than positive titles. So it would be interesting to see if you came to this podcast because of the title, and maybe it had this negative connotation. But what I mean when I say the dark side of the meditation practice, what I mean is different than what is out there in a lot of the advertisements or magazines or the literature that you see about mindfulness and meditation, and that is all the benefits that it brings. So you might be reading in articles all over the place or magazines that mindfulness meditation, there's a lot of research that supports that it boosts immunity, it reduces stress, it reduces the way that your body releases the stress hormone cortisol, it can change your reactions to certain stressors in your life, and all these things are true, and the research does support this. So when I say it's the light side of the meditation practice, I mean it's like the positive that we see and how it is being sold, I guess, right now in a bunch of the literature. What the dark side of the meditation practice is not necessarily a negative thing, but what it is what is not really being spoken about as much in these sales pitches and, articles, advertisements, and that is the effort and commitment and intention that has to go into a meditation practice. When we think of physical health and exercise, it's widely understood that if you exercise, it will increase endorphins and help respiratory health and gastrointestinal health, and boost confidence, boost self-esteem, all of these things, and also just change your physical stature and the way that you look. But it's also widely known that it doesn't come easy with physical health, and that if you want changes, then you have to put in the effort. You have to go to the gym, you have to exercise, you have to go for a run. You have to do these things in order for yourself to receive the benefits of exercise. And I think the conversation with mindfulness and meditation is a little behind on this, because just the same with physical health, when we're working on mental health, mental well-being, which we can use mindfulness practice to achieve or to work towards, there's a similar level of effort that needs to go into it. We have to practice the meditation in our lives. We have to incorporate it in a big way in order to see a change. Jim Rohn, he often said, if you want things to change for you, you have to change. And I think people recognize that as far as physical health, but not as much when it comes to the conversation of mental health. And one of the obstacles that I think is causing this is that people in the conversations I've had or the communication that I've seen on the mindfulness topic is they kind of want to link mindfulness to relaxation and put it under the category of something like getting a massage or going to the beach. And while we can be mindful in those during those things in our life, the formal meditation practice is not a relaxation technique. It is indeed a practice. But one of the things that we can talk about is how do we get motivated to start incorporating this mindfulness practice into our lives. I made a Facebook post the other day on the Mindful Place Facebook, And I wrote, do not like this post unless you are willing to make a commitment to yourself and to me. And normally I'll get anywhere between 5 and 35 likes on a post that I've put up, maybe an episode that I've posted, or a quote, or anything about the business. But with this particular post, because I was asking something of the person reading it, and not any of their money, it's completely free. It is the effort. Just because I asked for people to put forth some effort, it got 0 likes. People were very afraid to touch it. And I had a feeling that that might happen, but I kind of wanted to do this experiment on the Facebook page. So what I'm trying to create now is this 10-day mindfulness meditation challenge as a way to help you all and myself make this commitment to sort of answer the question, how do I get started with a mindfulness practice? It starts by making a commitment. And if you go on the Facebook page and you see that post and you like it, then what I wrote in the post is that you'd be agreeing to come along this journey with me. And my commitment to all of you is, once that post gets 20 likes, what I will do is I will record a 10-minute guided meditation. I'll do it by 9 p.m. at night, so it's available for the following morning, for those of you who like to meditate in the morning. And it will be 10 minutes, a 10-minute guided meditation commitment for 10 days straight. So it's 100 minutes of meditation. I've read that it takes 21 days to create a habit, but I feel that if I make it a 21-day challenge, I might get less people that are willing to make that commitment. And I want to go through this experiment with all of you to see if even 10 days, 10 minutes a day, will be enough to create this habit and make this commitment. And then, hopefully, by the end of the 10 days, you and I will be able to see that it does take some sort of commitment. Maybe you have to wake up 10 minutes earlier and sit in this formal practice. But then that's when you start seeing those benefits that I was talking about in regards to the light side of meditation practice. And then once you start seeing the benefits, just like when you're working out, when you start to see yourself get in better shape, that could sometimes act as motivation to continue the practice. So it's kind of like I'm thinking right now of a snowball, right? You create a small snowball and you roll it down a big hill, and once it gets halfway down the hill, it gets really big and it starts having momentum and it goes faster and it gets bigger. The mindfulness practice can be like this, in that when you incorporate the practice into your life, if you get just a little bit of momentum, you can maybe start seeing the effects that it has on you personally. And then those effects will hopefully be the what perpetuates you to continue the practice. So check out the Facebook page and read what I wrote on that post about the 10-day mindfulness meditation challenge. And if you want to commit with me, then take action. You know, it takes action to make a change in our lives. And if we want to experience the light side of the meditation practice, which is, you know, a higher immune system, lower blood pressure, reduced stress, reduced anxiety, more clarity, better sleep, it doesn't come without the dark side. And that dark side is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a commitment. And I'm not asking for any money, it's just time. You just have to wake up maybe 10 minutes earlier or stay up 10 minutes later and start this commitment. Okay, so check it out. I hope you join me.